What is up, guys, and welcome back to the Clueless podcast. I'm your host, Jamie Walton.
I'm Will.
We are joined today by our guest, a big fan of football, Henry White.
What's up? What's up, everyone?
So I'm just going to explain, before we go into the video. First off, I'd like to apologise for Housley's dress wear. What goes through his mind is beyond me. But I think we're just going to have to run with it because he refused to take it off. If I was in that house with him right now, honestly. But I'd also like to say that despite me, I'm the host here, but today is really going to be more Will, Henry, be chipping in a little bit. This is a predominantly football podcast today. There's a lot of things on the news to talk about in football, a lot of things closer to Will and my hearts, and let's get straight into the video.
All right, should we get started? So, I'll announce a plan we've got for a future video straight away. Just get it out of the way. Essentially, 2 years ago, us three had a challenge to complete the Premier League table of what we thought it would be at the end of the season, which I ended up winning. However, I decided to get out paying my entry fee, which was a £5, by doing something which I shouldn't have done.
We're not going to go into what that was.
We're not.
Not appropriate.
Let's say it wasn't PG friendly. It wasn't PG friendly, was it, Jamie?
We are a very PG friendly channel.
You wouldn't have been allowed to record it. So we're not talking about that. Didn't happen. Anyway, so future video, when we're all there in real life, we're all going to be there. We're all going to predict the table and talk through what we're thinking. And then a year later, if this channel still exists, we'll go and review it and lose our.
But instead of money, I'm just going to add in here.
Proper bad forfeit.
Money on it. I think we're going to put challenges. Yeah, like forfeit. Yeah.
Proper bad forfeit.
I think you should have 2. So a really bad one for the person who got furthest away.
Yeah.
Which would be you, Jamie, to be honest?
Well, I don't know anything about football, so definitely.
You put Spurs as first, last 2 seasons. This is Tottenham.
I did.
Yeah.
And you put West Ham in last. Just because they had a really bad start.
I'm not far off.
No, to be fair, not this season.
Yeah, but not this season, but last season.
No way was that for last season.
That was season before, to be fair.
Oh, season before, yeah. Sorry, when Man City won it.
I didn't even know I knew you back then. But yeah. No, that's a video to look forward to somewhere in the future. For now, first thing I want to bring up, saw a Facebook post saying Aston Villa Chiefs are this evening discussing the possibility of sacking Dean Smith as manager.
Oh.
All right. We'll see what Henry says first, because he's less related to these clubs.
Before we express any of our opinions, let me just, while I've still got 1% of battery, express the opinion of Mohamed Shoaiba, who replied to it. As the top comment, so I've got it on the screenshot. He said, "I'm afraid it's the right decision. As much as we all want him to succeed, this job is too big for him. He's not a Premier League manager." Henry, what do you think of that?
Well, I think definitely last season in the Championship, the Aston Villa didn't do very well at the start. And I remember talking to you, Jamie, in house, saying that, Dean Smith. I mean, you had, who's the Newcastle manager at the moment, who got cabbages thrown at him at Aston Villa. Steve Bruce. And then you were putting Dean Smith. And I thought, this could, definitely be an uprise. And, of course, you got to 6th place. And then you knocked out who'd you knock out? Leeds knocked out Derby. Oh no, Derby knocked out Leeds, and then you beat
knocked out West Brom.
West Brom.
Yeah.
Which again doing very well this season. So I think definitely the Premier League. I thought Aston Villa, might stay up, but it's been quite a poor season. I'm not going to lie for Aston Villa. Their 2 losses so far to Chelsea and Wolves have not proven very strong for their title hopes. Dean Smith, staying up hopes.
Yeah.
Oh no, title hopes.
I wouldn't mind title hopes.
I really like Dean Smith as a manager. He seems like he's got good tactics. But I think if Aston Villa want to stay up, I think they're gonna need some new managerial prospecting to come in. I don't know who that could be. But I kind of believe that Dean Smith. I don't think he should stay at the club any longer. As you said, I don't think he really is a Premier League manager. I think he's more of a Championship manager, and a very successful one. I think the Premier League, I mean, with a C-Tech club like Aston Villa, I don't think it was going to end up going very well in the end.
I mean,
but, yeah,
as you said, when Dean Smith took over, I spoke to you, and I was buzzing. I was like, he's going to be the man. He's going to be the man. Bring us back to our middle of the table Premier League. And as you said, he did really well in the Championship. I think that he does well in the pressure of not, the pressure of we need to get up, because there's a lot of motivation to move up a league. Yeah. Whereas the motivation to stay up is less. And so I feel like under that pressure, I feel that there's also more pressure on you there going down than there is going up. And so I don't know if he's falling under pressure or whatever's going on. But yeah, I like him. I really like him. And it would be a shame to see him go. But if I'm going to be honest with you, I'm going to go straight out and say it. I want John Terry to take over.
Really?
I think John Terry could be really good.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Disagree.
Completely disagree, but I think if you look at Frank Lampard, they had very similar playing methods. They were both quite, they're both very, very, very smart footballers. They were brilliant.
Yeah, solid.
Frank Lampard has gone into managing Chelsea now. Obviously, had a good run at Derby, that's the one. Had a good run at Derby.
In the final. Play a final.
There's just no need for that. Anyway, he's had a good run as manager, despite what Will says. And again, at Chelsea, I think that's probably the club he wants to end up at managing.
And I mean, to step up from Derby in the Championship to managing Chelsea with a transfer ban with all these youngsters and being in third and fourth, it has been an insane. I thought Chelsea wouldn't get Europa League seriously this season, and they've really have proven themselves.
And I think John Terry would do the same. I think John Terry would come into Villa, sort them out, and he'd just stop messing about, get down to training, train hard, and get mid-table.
The manager's not the issue, right? Dean Smith, Villa fan from boyhood, he's just gone with us, taken us up, did really well, but he's not got the players. We're not making the right signings. We haven't got any strikers. We literally don't have any strikers. We've got 3 midfielders, absolutely lovely.
We haven't got. It's the same problem at Brackley. I point it out every time I go to watch Brackley. We've got Matty Lowe, Shane O'Brien. Got some amazing midfielders, and Lee up top. It's not enough having one person up top. And we've got Jack Grealish, El Ghazi, Trezeguet, McGinn. We've got some Horahan, some amazing midfielders. The only striker I can name at that club is Davis.
Wesley.
His system is not. Can't name Wesley. He's not good enough. Nakamba, not Nakamba.
No, Wesley. I know Wesley's been shocking.
Who's a new guy? Samatta. He's not quite good enough. We're making these Belgian signings. We don't need them. They're not good enough for the league. Davis has come through our youth system. He's all right. Give him a couple more years, and he could be Premier League material. But he's not yet. We haven't got a striker yet. Our defence, they're all right, but they're not.
Keeper, shocking.
I think our defence means holds the defence get run. As Henry said that, I completely agree. Nyland is.
Yeah, why is Rain?
He's handling. I mean, did you see against who's it against?
Wolves.
The ball just went through his hands, and he had to stop it on the line because he tried to catch it and he dropped it and he went back to save it off the line. You shouldn't be dropping.
That's what happened. Yeah, Premier League, that can't be happening. I mean,
I can see that at Conference Premier or Conference North football. Well, if I go down to the village football team, the under-7s team, and the goalkeeper might do that. But Premier League football, I remember when we first got him, I thought, man, he's gonna do bits. He's gonna be good. He's not.
Never liked him. I've never liked him.
Honestly, I'd start Pepe Reina over him. I know Pepe Reina's he's not quite the keeper he used to be. He used to be fantastic, and now obviously in older years he's drifting away a little bit. But he's definitely.
I think it's a bit like Buffon, to be fair. Like, if you've actually seen him play this season, he commands the box, and his reflexes are quick. They are good enough.
He's got an insane strategic mind, as is John Terry.
As of age, it's sort of that. No, that's the thing. I mean, Frank Lampard, the only reason he's done well, he's done all right with Derby, fair enough, but Villa beat them in the final, so that's like evens or whatever. He's gone off to Chelsea. What he's done is he's given these players a chance, which Chelsea never did, and they've got a good youth academy. They just haven't given them a chance. They give them a chance this season, and they're starting too well. They're introducing the youth players, and they're going to go on to win the league next few seasons, 100% sure. There's no way in a million years they're not going to win the next 3 or 4 seasons. They've got such a good team, such a young, good setup as well. Got Tammy Abraham back from us. That was a huge loss.
I did think actually that Tammy Abraham is just.
I think if he stayed with you, I think you probably, I could see him 15th.
At the end of the season, there was all of this. Is Abraham going to sign with us? Is Abraham going to come back for a loan? Is Jack going to leave? And we wanted Abraham back, and we needed Jack. Jack stayed, Abraham went. If both of them had stayed, one of them back,
deadly,
easily mid-table, easily. A goal scorer.
We're lacking goals.
Yeah. And Tammy Abraham can do that.
Well, he scored 1 goal like our first 8 games. You just can't have that from your £26 million striker. You just don't want that.
Well, I see in the future, if Villa stay up, and of course we've got Timo Werner coming in and Hakim Ziyech, if you stay up, I see Tammy Abraham going to Aston Villa again.
I think we'll get rid of Giroud. I think because he's young, you'll need him. You'll use him as your reserve sort of sub-striker.
I can see Abraham wanting to come back to Villa.
Yeah. He loved Villa so much.
I think if he puts in enough transfer requests,
he's guaranteed to be top striker.
What, in the league soon? He's going to be Fernando Torres sort of calibre player. He'll be getting goals game in, game out.
Well, funnily enough, today,
what John Carew did for us many years ago, bringing another John Carew.
Yeah. Well, seeing Tammy Abraham play today, he was awful today against Leicester today in the FA Cup. He just didn't seem like he wasn't Aston Villa all the beginning of the season, because he was battling for being top goal scorer in the league and stuff. I mean, he's on about 15 or something this season. I mean, we've been playing Giroud a bit more and things like that. But I think Tammy Abraham's done all right this season for us, but he hasn't, been, that striker. Oh yeah, that the number 9 curse has gone for Chelsea. I don't see him staying for very long. I see him going to a small club.
Enjoying football there.
No, I don't either. And it's a shame.
It is,
especially with big players coming in next season. I don't see him, getting any first team football, and I don't see him staying. I think we'll go to someone like. I mean, he wasn't with Wolves, wasn't he? Halfway through the season with you, during winning the championship. I saw him with the Wolves, and I see him going to a team like that, because I don't. I mean, if I was Tammy Abraham, I would stay.
You wouldn't want to stay with Chelsea. You wouldn't get game time. That's the issue.
If you mentioned Wolves there, and I've actually been waiting for a time to transition into Wolves.
Go on then.
I mean, they blew me away. They're on a Champions League spot. They're a championship club. If you think of a club, name any club, and you can say what. So just name a club at random. Go on, Will.
Villa.
Premier League club. I know.
I know.
They are. Henry, name a team.
Crystal Palace.
Again, Premier League club. And you think of someone, Leeds, Championship club. And
it's really controversial, this is.
Wolves are a Championship club.
No,
they're qualifying
for the last 16 years, Leeds, but they're coming back up and they're going to stay, Leeds. I mean, have you seen the football they've been playing? They are going to stay up.
Historically, when I've been coming up, watching football, I don't think I've ever seen Leeds in the Premier League.
No.
They are a championship club. Like when Villa went down to the championship, I don't think we'll shake up their Premier League club. It's going to be no worry. I think he messed up with Fulham. But they have come up and they seem to be going back down. But I think that I've got faith in them that they'll stay up. And Wolves, they are the pride of Birmingham at this point. I don't think I'm a Villa fan myself. I'm not even going to argue with it. Last season, my older brother said to me, he said, I reckon Wolves are going to Champions League next year, and I went, you're joking. But they've done it. Obviously haven't done it yet, but they are doing it. They're on the way to doing it. They are in a Champions League spot. As long as they don't mess up, they're going to keep that.
After the restart, they've got 9 points from 3 games.
I mean, that's crazy.
I know, and I think they're definitely going to get Europa, and to even get Europa again.
The thing is with Wolves, I can't name a player that's like Eden Hazard level for Real Madrid or
no.
Traore.
Huh?
Dama Traore. If you've seen him, 60th minute they bring him on. He just turns the game around every time.
He's not like
he's overrated. He's overrated, in my opinion.
Is he though?
More than that, he's not like this guy's going to sell for £100 million because he's amazing, and he's the only person keeping.
He's easily 50. Like he's easily 50.
Yeah, he is a very good player, but he isn't, top, Mane, Salah, Rashford, these kind of big money players.
Yeah, the thing is, it's a club with like Wolves who have recently become a top 4, top 6 team. Well, not be top 4, 6 team, but they're going to be top 10, I'd say, for like at least a few seasons in a row. Don't know where in that top 10 they're going to be. That's when the money's going to start coming in for the big signings. But before, nothing much.
I mean, I just think it's absolutely crazy that they've actually managed to get to that level with we've just signed this person and he's absolutely amazing and this is how we're doing it.
Yeah.
Well, it's like Liverpool. I mean, Liverpool 3 years ago or 4 years ago. I mean, they had Lovren and Clavin at the back and stuff, and Karius in goal and Mignolet, and I mean, their team was pretty rubbish.
They finished about 9th that season as well.
Yeah, people like Robertson coming in from Hull. 10 years ago, he was playing for like Celtic under 16s or something.
Then he got released.
Yeah, and then he got released. And then you've got players like Wijnaldum and Lallana has been great, but all these players from Southampton, Mane, Salah coming in, Firmino from Hoffenheim, and these are all these like players that I could see, Wolves, brought in Raul Jimenez, they brought in, people like that, and these are the players that may not be good at the start, but then really build their way up, and their stats, now you can see by FIFA that the stats they've gone up and stuff. It is remarkable in the last, and that's why they've been. Because they've signed these players that have good prospects. It's all well and good,
It's investment signings.
It's investment signings, and that is my Liverpool top team.
Talking there about you said bringing clubs up and all that, and you mentioned Liverpool getting all those players from Southampton. I'm going back a while now, but back when I was a wee lad, when I was watching a lot of football, got to Bristol a lot for the road. Southampton were a League 2 side, and in like three seasons they went up 3 leagues. I don't understand it. It's crazy how
Sunderland. What from there?
Oh, Sunderland.
Consistently.
Down. And then, of course, Bournemouth, about, 9, like that with Eddie in, League 2. And now they're, Premier League, mid-table side. And, if you told a Bournemouth fan... Oh, sorry, Will. Yeah, you go.
They're not mid-table anymore.
I wouldn't say mid-table either.
But they have been. They have been
they have been. Well, have you seen Ryan Fraser's not playing anymore because Eddie saying I'm not starting anyone if they're not going to be here next season or not going to play and stuff.
I think that's I like that.
Ryan Fraser. I really rate that. Callum Wilson, Ryan Fraser, Nathan Ake, who I think is
Callum Wilson is an amazing player.
Yeah, and who else have they got?
The first signing on FIFA.
Josh King. All these good players that have so much potential, but then with the Cooks and the things like that, the centre backs and stuff, it's like Wolves mixed with a bit of Norwich. It's kind of like that kind of mix is Bournemouth. And Bournemouth aren't doing as well as Wolves, and they're not doing as bad as Norwich.
talking about Norwich and Bournemouth, I'm just going to say, who are the three that you want to go down this season? I want it to be Norwich, Bournemouth, and
West Ham. Got to want West Ham going.
West Ham. Same.
Got to
I don't
want
really
West
want
Ham.
to.
I don't know, though, because I kind of want West Ham to stay up.
I mean, West
They
Ham. How
are-
long have they
again,
been in the
they are
Always been the top team. Get rid of them.
They are Premier League side. Premier League side.
Exactly,
And,
they are.
Yeah.
Do you not know the based on betting the odds? Who are the predicted bottom three at the end of the season?
Aston Villa, Bournemouth, and Norwich. Is that the bottom three?
Villa, Bournemouth, and West Ham.
Nah, it's Henry was right. Norwich 20-1. Put a quid on, you get 20 back.
What are you on betting?
Yeah.
What are you
20
betting?
quid on,
I'm
get them back.
not old enough to bet. I'm betting.
Nah, it's just odds
PG
checker.
channel, well. PG.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just checking what the bookies think. All right. So basically, yeah, Norwich, then Villa, then Bournemouth. So they think we can finish 19th. Which is
At the moment, so Norwich, I'm pretty sure they're going down. They're on 21 points.
they're going down.
Aston Villa have
Norwich
played.
are on 21 points. I'm just going to say this. Norwich are on 21 points. And Liverpool are what? 24 points ahead of Man City? I mean, that's crazy.
23 points.
23
points.
Man City plus Norwich isn't even Liverpool.
That's astonishing.
Yeah.
I know. And then Aston Villa, 27, same with West Ham and Bournemouth, but West Ham Bournemouth have got a game in hand. And then Watford are on 28, and then Brighton are on 33. So I think Brighton are pretty much going to be safe unless they have a bit of a mare.
I think Brighton's safe.
I think Brighton. I think it's going to be between Watford. I mean Watford. Their form recently, beating Liverpool 3-0, for instance, that was ending their golden Premier League. I mean, Ismail Assar and Troy Deeney's class. Hands down. He is.
I don't want him to play. I want Troy Deeney to move. I think that Troy Deeney's going to go to Man United. I don't know why.
Really?
They signed Igalo from
United.
Watford.
How old is he? How old is Troy
signed
Deeney?
Deeney as well.
But you said then that the other two teams, West Ham and Bournemouth, had a game in hand on Villa with 27 points. I remember when this whole football's coming back was a big thing. My dad said to me, I was like, "No, Villa are still winning now," and Dad was like, "No, game in hand, and we're looking promising. We've got a game in hand which is good. We've got the majority of our games at home. We are not. Sort it out. Training, what's even going on in training? Are they even showing up?"
Whoa. You're talking about Villa players, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. First thing, right? Games at home now. There's been literally proved there's no longer a home advantage.
There's not. I mean, that's another thing that I thought coming back that was going to really screw Villas. We rely on our fans.
Yeah. 12th men. We've got massive.
Exactly. You need the 12th man to win. Without the 12th man, we're a man down. That's like somebody else having a rate up.
Well, I mean, travelling to Villa Park, I mean, even though, Aston Villa aren't, a strong team in the league, but still going to Villa Park is,
It's intimidating.
It's an experience. It is, and it's an
intimidating.
experience. It was the same as, go back a few years and go into the Villa ground. That's an experience.
Anfield as well, Anfield. All these,
No,
going back.
Anfield's
Going back to Troy Deeney,
that was an experience.
he's only 31.
West Ham messed that right up. Playing at the Olympic Park.
What was that about Troy Deeney?
Troy Deeney is only 31, and Igalo is 31. And who would you rather have, Igalo or Troy Deeney at your club?
I don't know, to be honest.
I mean, I thought Troy Deeney was. I mean, you take, you take anyone at the moment to help you guys.
Yeah.
But
another
I
point,
mean, I think.
I don't know how many of you actually seen Liverpool play this season, but there's been a lot of comments saying Liverpool are just Burnley, but it's working. Have any of you seen them two teams play?
I have actually. I think they've been very lucky with some games because I'm trying to think of a game that I could.
Last minute.
Last minute goal. I mean, 2-0 down at West Ham, and then they brought it back 3-2. And it's all these last minute goals and stuff because they've normally been down early, and then they come back.
Last minute goals is something I like to call Fergie time. That's what Man United used to do a lot during Alisson. And they, the late minutes when everyone else was tired, Fergie would be like, "Our boys, it's time to put pressure on."
That wasn't quite what it was. It was because, essentially, because Man United was such a massive team. If Man United were losing, you'd find the injury time was always like 5 or 6 or 7 minutes as opposed to 1 or 2. And that's what it's called Fergie time, so it's like an extra 6 minutes to score instead of an extra 1. But yeah, that's what often makes last-minute goals in injury time. But yeah, so opposed to claims to Liverpool, I don't know if you've seen, but if you watch their goals, you'll find it's Mane who runs through, runs into the area and slots it home, or Salah runs through, runs into the area.
I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna get absolutely roasted in the chat. I don't rate Mane.
Don't rate Mane.
Right, Mane is the best player at Liverpool.
Yeah,
He is. He is best. He is the best player at Liverpool. Best attacker in Liverpool. I think Van Dijk and Mane.
Van Dijk is by far the best player in the Premier League.
Yeah.
The best player.
Premier League?
Really? In the whole league?
Entirely.
No. Jack Grealish. No, I'm joking.
No.
What did you say?
I think Jack Grealish is, I think Kevin De Bruyne is the best player in the league.
Jack Grealish is an insane player.
I would say he's insane. I say he's very decent. He could fit in at a top 6 club, easy.
Yeah.
And if he got into a top 6 club, training, I'm going to go back to training here with Villa. The training would be more advanced. He'd progress more as a player, and he would be one of the top players in the Premier League.
I don't agree with that, because
I don't think he would.
Training is very similar.
I'm trying to think of a player I can compare him to. Like a solid player, but isn't one of the people that you talk about as being one of the great.
Sorry about that. We had some technical difficulties, but we are back and continue talking about Super Jack.
Yeah. So the thing about Grealish is essentially I don't like. He's a unique player. There's no one who plays like him, but I don't like his way of playing football. What comes?
He basically invites people about him. Holds on to the ball in such a skillful way that you can't take it off without putting on the floor. That's why he's the most powerful footballer in the Premier League. Yeah,
it's the whole idea of football is he gets the ball, goes on a run, and then the only way you really stop him is by fouling him.
Yeah.
But he's not really running towards the goal. He's trying to draw the fouls. You can see it every bit of movement. Often dives, I'd say as well.
I think that would be a good technique with Cristiano Ronaldo. Somebody that can take free kicks.
Yeah, Horahan's actually all right, but just
Horahan's all right, but he's not. Look, can you see Horahan's got in every single free kick pass? I don't know.
No, I get what you're saying. Kuna, we need him back. He was a god.
Kuna.
We beat City 3-2, and he scored the second goal. This was a long time ago, to be fair.
Yeah.
Anyway, enough on Green.
And Ashley Young was amazing at free kicks for Villa. I remember one knocked me out. He took a free kick. Yeah, he took a free kick. Other than that, he always took a good one. And they went into the stands, and they didn't. Except for the one time when someone nicked it and Ruben to a waste of time. The guy seems away from it. But
yeah. All right.
Yeah, we need a free kick taker if Jack's going to continue playing like Jack.
Thing is, we're talking about that. If we're going to sign a new player for a free kick taker, we need to ensure we've got Jack by the end of the season. And do you think that will actually happen?
If we stay up,
if you go down, Jack Grealish is 100% not staying.
And neither is Tyrone Mings, and possibly not John McGinn. They are Premier League players. Tyrone Mings, he played for England. Jack hasn't. Tyrone Mings played for England.
I think the best player when I was watching the Chelsea Villa match was John McGinn. I thought he was,
he's good. He's a very, very good footballer.
Solid.
But, I mean, you can actually see that over quarantine.
I can see Jack Grealish going to Chelsea.
I can see, honestly, all this talk about Grealish at Tottenham at the end of the season, last season, I can see that happening.
Or Man United.
Or Man City.
City? I don't think City will take him.
I can't see Grealish at Man United. And I know everything's about Grealish Man United. he won't go to Man United because genuinely they are a shocking club and they haven't really got much of a youth policy at all.
No.
They've got Fernandes, who they love, who's done literally nothing. Pogba in midfield. They won't play him. They won't need him. And he's a smart.
No.
Tottenham will.
Tell from his fouls. He won't. Tottenham would actually suit him. If he goes to Tottenham, I can understand and respect that. If he goes
or Arsenal, because Arsenal are rubbish.
Yeah, again, Arsenal. I can see him going to Arsenal actually.
Looking at it now, there are clubs like Sheffield United who have done. I don't think Sheffield United won't do very well next season. I don't think
it'll be like a list.
hanging around.
Well, yeah, I think they'll just drop. Like,
I
think Wolves will stay around. I think Everton will come around, and I don't see.
I think that the Premier League is going to be taken on. I think that you've been seeing it the past couple of years. Man United not going down and going down the league, going down in their league. I reckon that they're going to be a lower middle side of the table in the next 5 years. Wolves are going to be the next Man United. I think they're going to come up now.
Oh yeah.
They're going to take the top 3 spot every year. You know what I mean?
Wolves have got a good system. If you saw their goal against Villa, they're just the left wing back Johnny, who's their average player, like did a turn on one of our players, played a through ball, literally sprang the entire length of the pitch, and then got a really nice assist. And it's just like they're interpassing their teamwork.
Their chemistry is phenomenal.
Yeah, they know each other. That's the thing. They've gone through seasons together. They're gelled. They're bonded. Villa.
But that's what Man United used to be. If you look at
that's
Man
what it
United,
used to be.
and you ask, you go up to Ryan Giggs and you go, "What did you think of Paul's goal?" Or you go up to Gary Neville and you go, "What did you think of Ryan Giggs?" They all got on really well. They were very well. They had got a lot of chemistry. A lot of them, the majority of that team. David Beckham, Giggsy, Scholesy, Neville, I think Ferdinand as well. They were all not Ferdinand. Sorry, not Ferdinand. But all of them were they were Man United youth squad. They came up together. They played together at Man United.
Yep.
And then the majority of them ended their career at Man United. Some of them went elsewhere. But they all came up together and they all played together. And that you could see that on the pitch. They knew each other so well. And you could
that's
see
why
that
Chelsea can do well.
You can see that in the England team at the time. And like you just said there, again, Chelsea, they have their youth team. I think they're going to bring their youth team up together and they're all going to play together and they're going to have some of the best chemistry. They're going to be the next Man United. Also,
the transfer ban was the best thing that probably happened to that club in the last season.
Yes, definitely. I'm going to ask you 2 questions. I'm going to ask Will first. Who do you think has played the most matches in the Premier League for Chelsea this season?
That's Maguire.
Now, Jamie?
I was going to say answer the question, but you just said no. So, probably not.
Mason Mount.
Really?
Mason Mount. I really rate Mason Mount. I would say he's probably the best. Yeah. Oh yeah, he's got that cracking goal to beat 2-1. Yeah. That's pretty good. I think Mason Mount's very good, and I think Reece James. He's not the best at the moment.
Reece James is another one. Is another one I said earlier on first FIFA signing Wilson. Reece James is another one. He's just so much talent.
I know. And then you've got Mason Mount, Tammy Abraham,
Gilmore.
and Billy Gilmore. I mean, he didn't have a very good game today. He got taken for half time starting. But I think man of the match against Liverpool in the 2-0 win in the FA Cup last round, man of the match, and then started against Everton. I think the next game was a 4-0 win, and I think you got a lot of applaud for that. And I think
he's definitely one for the future.
He won't get definitely one for the future. I don't think at the moment he's going to get a lot of game time, but I think I think he'll come on and stuff. But I don't think like a Mason Mount. Yeah, I think a very very good potential player. But I mean the transfers that Chelsea are going to be bringing in this season.
Yeah, too much transfer. Just before we go on to the transfer, can I just ask you? I was thinking earlier when I said we're going to need David Beckham or Cristiano Ronaldo for the gold card. I couldn't think of people. You used to have your Buffon and Diaz and Van der Sar. Who is a keeper like that now?
I don't know.
Van der Sar, who's like his equivalent.
Yeah, and like
who's the
Schmeichel
keeper
and stuff.
that is like, oh my word, that
De Gea
I
too.
think Edison.
guy. De Gea,
De
yes.
Gea used to be. I don't.
Yes,
I don't rate him
don't know
anymore.
what's happened to him.
out his
I think.
prime.
I think the closest at the moment, Allison and Edison.
I think Leno.
Yeah.
Arsenal's Leno, most underrated keeper.
Oh, do you know what? I will agree with you there. Leno has played very, very well recently.
He does. To be fair, actually, you didn't say Lloris, did you? If you've seen him in recent games, he's conceded goals, but any shot that he should have saved, which is quite like De Gea, you saw a goal when he just hit and went in. Lloris has been so consistent in goal. Like,
I think
I rate him.
Lloris is a bit like De Gea, though.
Yeah, I mean, the last 2 seasons they haven't had very good season. I mean, they used to be, the cream of the crop, like the best keepers in the Prem, and now they're, going down a bit. I mean, Lloris, I don't know. Some of his games for Tottenham recently have been poor, and they've been playing Gazaniga, haven't they, instead, and people like that. And I mean, especially in the World Cup final, Lloris. I mean, they still won, but I mean, when he rolled it kicked it to Mandzukic and he scored. I mean, he hasn't been the best in form lately.
No.
But no, I think he'll stay at the club for a while, but I think they got to find someone else to come in, someone like a Donnarumma or something, a very, very good youngster.
Yeah.
I think
Are you happy with your goalkeeper?
This is another debate that could go on for a while. I don't mind. I think he's had Kepa. He's been very good or very poor. I mean,
do you like Willie?
I like Caballero. Yes, Will. I like Caballero. William Caballero. There we go. I love William Caballero. I can't even say it now because you put me off. But no, I rate him. I mean, he played well today. Clean sheet. But no, we're talking about Onana coming to the club or Donnarumma or players like that. But I think it was 70, 80 million player, Kepa. I think he deserves some more chances.
What? You choose one player?
Keepers are never worth that much.
80 million we bought him for.
Hang on,
or 70 million, I can't remember. Kepa Arrizabalaga was bought for 70 or 80 million. I'm not joking.
I can't believe that. I would sell him for like 25 now.
Yeah, keepers go from, between, a good keeper will go from anywhere between 25 and 40.
I know, it was a bit of a... I mean, his save against...
That's why they're a first signing on FIFA.
Do you know what? 1.6 million.
I know.
Dude, what? He's not worth that. He didn't even play him half the time.
I think Van Lampard made a good... I mean, 3 things that stand out for him. I mean, there was the thing when he refused to come off last year in the Carabao Cup.
I respect that.
No, but
I mean,
that was miscommunication, I think. I can understand why he did.
Yeah. He thought he was injured. He said, I'm not injured. I don't need to come off. And Sarri was, losing it. Yeah. And then save against semi-final of the Europa League, that save he made in between his legs in the penalty shootout. And then, against Manchester City, he made some very good... Fernandinho's header, very good save. I think he has got potential. I just think he's had a bit of a... De Gea, when he started off at Man United, he was poor. And then that save, that corner, that free kick save he did against... then he went up and up and up and up. I think he's young. And I think we need to, keep at him for a bit. It's going to really dent his confidence if he moves.
The thing I found about goalkeepers is they aren't consistent at all. They don't find consistent keepers. Neuer was unbelievable, and then you see him now. Yeah. He's a very good goalkeeper, but you see him and he's conceding 2 goals a game, 1 goal a game, and you're like, best defense in the world, arguably. Their players they've got. Can't actually name
Davies, Alphonso Davies, Alaba.
And they're playing in the league where strikers aren't that great, if I'm honest.
I think Bayern Munich are going to win the Champions League this year.
Whoa!
When people were saying a couple of years back, Bayern Munich is the best team in the world. Bayern Munich have such an easy opposition. There are 2 teams in that league. There are
Yeah.
2 teams in that league. You put Bayern Munich in the Premier League. Yeah, they'd be a top 5. They wouldn't win.
No, Bayern Munich would be a top 3, definitely, or top 2.
They wouldn't win, though, I don't think.
Yeah.
You know,
Bayern Munich, I think, are going to win the Champions League this season. If they get through Chelsea, which they beat them 3-0 at the Bridge, I think they get Liverpool aren't in contention anymore. I mean, you've got Real Madrid and Barcelona, teams like that. But I really think, I mean, their team at the moment, you've got Gnabry, Koeman, Lewandowski. You've got Davies, Neuer, Saul.
I think he's very underrated.
Yes, I think he's underrated as well.
Very
And you've got Gnabry. I mean, scored 5 goals against Tottenham at Tottenham Hotspur. I mean, winning 7-2 at Tottenham. I mean,
wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, 4 goals. Oh, it was 4. Oh no, it's 4. He scored 4 goals. 7-2 away at Tottenham in their new stadium. 7-2.
Tottenham lost 3-0 to Leipzig.
I know. Tottenham have been awful this season. They've been
Tottenham
awful.
Tottenham don't perform in Europe, though.
Yeah. Tottenham and Arsenal have been dreadful.
On the way down?
Not down, like Man United. Not down as in the league, but down as in they're on a downfall.
Now, Spurs are interesting, I think. Like
the thing is, right, if you look at that England team that everyone was like, that was a Spurs team.
That was a Spurs team.
That was a Spurs team, you know.
And then the players that weren't there were the French players who won it.
Trippier. But you look at Spurs Premier League, again, they were brilliant that year. But they've all kind of, I think they've let the football power, they let that get to their heads when they were in England and they were doing all this in England, doing nothing. And I genuinely think that they thought we are unstoppable.
Yeah, I think.
I think they've been too confident. I think that's going to make them fall.
What's really going to make or break these teams? I mean, let's say the top 6, teams, not as in like the table at the moment, but the top 6 teams.
The top 6,
Yeah. What's really going to make the next season is going to be this transfer window.
Yeah, because the transfer window I'm probably going to shut up because I don't know a lot about.
Are Chelsea actually going to need any more players in the transfer window?
I don't think Chelsea.
Centre back. We need a defender.
I think they'll bring.
Yeah. Timo Werner, I would say is. Yeah. Oh no, he signed. He's done and dusted. I say he is in the top 5 strikers in the world at the moment.
You were saying when Chelsea were playing Villa and me and you were having a chat when it was going on. You were just the entire time instead of talking about the game, it's all about Timo Werner.
I know.
He does love him.
Hakim Ziyech. I would suggest to any people watching right now that haven't seen it already, or you two, watch the 4-4 Chelsea Ajax game. Hakim Ziyech was.
He's the Cam, isn't he?
Cam or right wing.
What do you think Chelsea will use him?
I would say right wing, because we've got Mason Mount and we've got Barkley and that.
If I'm going to be honest with you, talk about transfer window for Chelsea. I thought that Eden Hazard leaving.
That was going to be a big downfall.
I thought that they haven't got anything to stand out other than Hazard. Hazard was there. If you look at, say you get Atkins from Stanley, you've got Cristiano Ronaldo. That's what Hazard was for Chelsea. And when he left and went to Real Madrid, I didn't even know he'd gone to Real Madrid.
I know, and he's been doing rubbish. He's had a bit of an upspike now, but at the beginning of the season, he was terrible.
And terrible. I thought that was
Real Madrid ruin players.
They do. They really do.
They ruin players.
They do. They sign the world's best, and they make them into a mediocre.
Gareth Bale. Sorry.
Gareth Bale hasn't reached.
Gareth Bale.
Jeez.
Luka Jovic came from Frankfurt. He scored 5 goals in a game once. Luka Jovic, one of the best jump players. Came to Real Madrid. and he's been so poor. And I think it's the pressure being like, oh yeah, Real Madrid, I would say top 3 team. You know, them, Liverpool and like Bayern Munich or Barcelona or Man City, like kind of level. And going there, you've got so much pressure on you. And I mean, playing in Germany is quite, it's easier. Then coming to Spain and stuff, everyone's looking at you. Everyone, and Hazard, and you've got who else came? Who was around? Mariano and people like that just haven't, performed. And then Barcelona is the same. Coutinho.
The only player that I think has thrived in Real Madrid.
Pardon?
I don't think he could have done any better than he was.
Who's that?
Marcelo.
What, since
Marcelo.
Real Madrid?
Yeah.
I mean, he's played at Real Madrid as well.
I think Gareth Bale was very good.
Modric.
He is very good. But I don't.
Gareth Bale is rubbish now. Will, I'm sorry. Gareth Bale.
I completely agree, because Gareth Bale wasn't being played properly. He wasn't being used properly, and he wasn't being played half the time anyway. And he's gone to golf now because he just isn't getting. He could have.
Honestly, I think that when he left Tottenham, he should have gone to Real Madrid. I think he should have.
Could have been best player in the world. I could have seen him with the Ballon d'Or easily. You see the Spurs, 25, 30 yards out, he'd cut inside and score a goal. That was ridiculous. The goals he would score. He scored 4 goals against Inter Milan once, so he lost the game 5-4, and he had 4 shots on target. Stuff like that.
If he went to Man United, he would have been the best player in the world.
I didn't see why he needed to leave Spurs. Spurs were back then.
I don't know. I just had a feeling that he should have gone to Man United. When he was leaving Spurs, I thought that, and now I still think that he should have gone to Man United.
The thing is, though, Spurs, or I don't know about Man United, I don't think Man United would work, but Spurs, he was the main player. They utilised him, they played it to him, and he would do the magic. And then when you're playing Real Madrid, you're under players' shadows like Ronaldo and whoever else they had in their team at the time. I don't know who they've had, but this was quite a while ago now. But they weren't. He wasn't the key focus, and so he wasn't being used as well as he could have been.
Yeah, he did. He had this skill and the potential to be the key player. I think he was treated like a key player, as you said, at Tottenham. And I think not being treated like a key player, I don't think they focused much on him. I think that really important.
Yeah. One pass and notice though, if you hear me out for this, last thing I'll say for a while, I'll shut up now. However, if you notice, players that go to big clubs with very little expectation do so much better than players with big expectations.
I just
Mane, Salah, all those players. Everyone's like 30.
Go there.
I thought
Mkhitaryan for expectation have nothing to lose. That's like if you go into everything. It's my mentor in boxing. You go into a fight with nothing to lose. You will do better. Even if you don't win the fight, you might do better than the person that you fought with. I know that sounds stupid. If you think about it this way, you match up Henry White, right? Say Henry White's been quite a while, and he's got a couple of wins and losses. You match him up against Floyd Mayweather, got no longer, only win. Floyd Mayweather's going to have to. Henry's got nothing to lose, so he's going to go all out.
I've got nothing to lose.
Henry White fought better. You watch back his previous fights, you're thinking, wow, he's fighting really well. Whereas Mayweather, you're thinking, oh, he's fighting well because he didn't have to fight as well as he had. I think the players that go to a big club, like Mane, like Salah, when they went to Liverpool, they had the team, they didn't put everything. They bargained everything. And it's helped.
Going back to Real Madrid, I thought of another player that went there and did very well. Luka Modric.
Luka Modric is insane.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he didn't deserve the Ballon d'Or in 2019. Though. I think it was very, very close. I mean, he did second in the world. Yeah.
I'm going to say now, I don't like
him. Who?
The player or off the pitch?
As a player.
What do you
like? He doesn't suit my style of play. But he is a very talented player.
Yeah.
He's done well out of it.
I think for the sake of our viewers, we're going to slowly start wrapping up. I know you said not to, but I think let's just discuss, right? Best goal you've ever seen / witnessed, or witnessed. So you got 2 each.
Best goal we've seen live.
Best goal you ever
Or-
just full stop.
Could it be best goal is in the best, like, talented goal or the most sentimental goal?
Is this in the Prem? Is this
Anything.
the Prem or
We'll call it professional football. So.
okay?
Oh, well, that rules out practice. Semi-professional.
Oh.
Semi-professional. If it's semi-professional, you've got to. All right. Just talk about what you see. Just talk about 2 goals. What do you see?
3 got. I'll say one already. Zlatan Ibrahimovic versus England. That overhead kick goal. It was phenomenal. And then also another, decent goal. For those of you who don't know, it was, outside the box. Joe Hart comes to head it out. Ibrahimovic is there, turns around, overhead kicks it from about 40, 30 yards in the goal. It was remarkable.
The defender should have stopped it.
Sorry?
The defender should have stopped it. I think.
Joe Hart,
I know.
It's close enough.
That was Joe Hart's downfall.
I know. Talking about, players that were up there to,
Joe Hart.
Where is he now? Where is he?
You still play at West Ham?
Burnley.
Was it Burnley?
He was being sold by Burnley. Or released by Burnley, something like that. It's ridiculous.
Another very good goal I haven't witnessed, but I've seen, especially in context, was the David Beckham free kick versus Greece.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, last minute free kick from how many yards out? Just the actual, build up towards it was, I think, a very good goal. And then another one. Really? I would say someone like.
You ever go and check that one?
And then I would say
you'll see
my final goal. Oh, sorry.
I was just saying, you'll see that. My daughter's work.
Then my final goal, Dennis Bergkamp, that spin goal against.
That one was
No, that one. The one where he spins the defender and just flicks it around and runs around. I would say that's probably one of the best Premier League goals of all time. That one.
Okay, I don't know, yeah.
Of course, there's Giroud, the scorpion kick Giroud did, and Rooney's bicycle kick. There's all those, but Dennis Bergkamp, one of the best.
Have you ever been to a Chelsea match?
I haven't. No.
You've never been to... I've sat in the Chelsea end 3 times.
I've been exposed. Basically, my dad doesn't like football really, and he just hasn't, taken me. I can guarantee you, I have watched, fifth. I don't know how to say. I've watched over 80 Chelsea games.
Yeah.
And
if I get Villa tickets and stay up, I'll let you come.
I haven't been. I have 3 Chelsea shirts. I know a lot about football. I can say I am a Chelsea fan, even though I haven't been to the Bridge, and I was meant to be going 3 times this season, but of bloody coronavirus, I haven't been able to go because I got 3 tickets for my birth of Christmas, and I think I was going to the Wolves game. I was going to, and I haven't been able to go.
Did you get 4 refunds?
Yes.
That's fine. Right, what's
good?
3 goals or 2 goals or whatever goals you want to talk about quickly?
Yeah, go on.
Honestly, think about it. Probably from my multiple concussions, I can't think of a goal that properly stands out.
You not?
Not past.
There's the Roberto Carlos.
Don't say mine. You ever think?
Huh?
If I say mine, you ever think?
Yeah, I'm just trying to jog the memory.
Yeah, that's right enough. All right, mine. If you remember, Euro quarter-final 2016. Robson Carlos, Belgium, took 3 defenders out when he won that game.
It's not a good. For Wales against Belgium, it wasn't any. Talking about incredible goal, overhead kick goal, scorpion kick, Dennis Bergkamp, and then Robson Carno. It doesn't really.
Robson Carno's turn. That's going to be up there. All right, the other one.
No way.
The other one. Is in Arsenal against Leicester.
Good goal, very good goal.
Norwich,
top 3 worthy.
Have you seen Arsenal against Norwich? Arsenal against Norwich, Arsenal against Leicester. They're tiki-taka goals.
Yeah, when Ramsey finished it, yeah.
I love those.
Yeah, I agree with that one.
The only goal that I can think of that stands out is the I was a fan before ahead of it, screwed. I can't remember anything before that, but Alan Hutton's goal against Birmingham City. Just the situation is in Birmingham City, and it was he just dribbled it, crisscross through everyone. Lionel Messi start finish killed it. It was a beautiful. I went mental. I was screaming, Lionel Messi, the next bold Lionel Messi. I was mental.
Another good goal, I would say, is it was Messi against Bayern Munich when he sent Jerome Boateng.
Yes,
sat down. Yeah, that was. Sat him
the
down.
only other goal I've never seen that I've got to watch practically majority games. But the only other goal I can think of, Gabby came off the bench against Birmingham. I was there, and right off to the sick fans, and on the ball comes on. I'm like 1-1 thing. 60 something minute comes on, gets into the box.
Yeah.
I think it's his first touch of the game.
Vincent Kompany's goal. Vincent Kompany's goal against Leicester last year. Vincent Kompany's goal to win them the league.
That was a lucky strike. The 40-yard screamer.
Well, what makes it even better was that Pep Guardiola said to him, "Don't go for a shot.
Shoot.
Don't go for a shot. Play it into Aguero."
Yeah, he can't shoot. That's the thing.
40 yards out, bosh, top right. And then, in the press conference or something afterwards, and I think Kevin De Bruyne's with him, and he goes up to him and he says, don't shoot. And then he just goes, bosh, straight in.
Actually, you know what the best goal ever is?
What?
Okay, we're in 1981. Peter Witt against Bayern Munich, Champions League.
Yes, then, boy. He was.
Actually, to be fair, Fernando Torres against Barcelona. I was watching the match on television.
Yes.
When
yes.
It's true.
Also,
that been back in the
Pardon?
That back in the
Chelsea. That was Chelsea want to send them through. That's Chelsea, isn't it? You're talking about
7-3.
Will?
It's when you're losing. You're drawing 2-2 in the match, but losing 3-2 on aggregate, something like that. But you're away home goal advantage, but you're still losing. And
it's away goal advantage, not home goal.
Fair enough, away goal. But Barcelona were bombarding you, and then you cleared up the pitch. Torres got on it, and it's like Torres, and he scored. It was that commentator, the most weird noise.
What the hell was that?
It was Gary Neville commentating. I think it's the weirdest noise.
The best person to listen to commentate. Game so funny.
All right.
I'm not sure.
Balotelli, Aguero. You got that as well.
Oh, yeah. That's a good goal.
That was
one more quick goal I want to say. I'm not sure if any of you two know this, but 2008 Champions League semi-final, Chelsea versus Barcelona. Does this ring any bells?
Not sure.
So this was the game where it was 0-0 and Chelsea were playing at the Bridge. And then there's against Barcelona, second leg. In the first 3 minutes, SEN scores absolute screamer from outside the box off the crossbar. And then Chelsea were just playing. And there were so many penalty shouts and everything, but the ref wasn't giving anything. Handballs and everything.
Yeah, I see that.
And the ref was Ballack was going crazy. And then the last minute, Iniesta scores a very good goal. And that literally, for ages, Chelsea fans wouldn't stop going on about it because the match was rigged.
They were handballs, everything.
Handballs, everything. And
I've seen
the
that
ref
match.
just played on.
Match being rigged reminds me of practically town in the FA Trophy when there was 1 minute of injury time, 7 minutes of injury time, like that. Gaz Dean on it. And then we went on 1-0. But anyway, guys, 3 minutes and 30 seconds on the remaining time. They basically going to kick us off in a minute.
Person of the week.
Yes.
Person of the week. I've had a lot of research about it, and I think there is so much going on at the moment. In the news. I mean, not only about football, but about coronavirus, about the government, about the NHS. And I mean, 2 days ago, protests and everything. Yeah, well done, and all the Black Lives Matter and things like that.
Mm.
But I think at the moment, I mean, there was 2 days ago there was a stabbing in Glasgow, and a policeman 42-year-old policeman called David White, which, funny enough, is my dad's name. But it wasn't actually my dad. He wasn't in Glasgow at the time, and he isn't a police officer. But it's White spelt with a Scottish White.
W-Y.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, 40-year-old police officer. He got stabbed multiple times, but he managed to stop him and get him under control. And I think they shot him in the end, the guy. But I mean, going back to all the yeah. Oh no, the shot was Faber, I think.
Oh, that's what I was to say.
I do see the police officer, but I mean, going back to the bridge attacks in London, and all these police officers, take this gunman or someone this policeman holding the gate, and getting stabbed and this just holding. I mean, talk about all these footballers earning ridiculous amounts of money, but the NHS and the police, the stuff they do to us on a help us on a day-to-day basis is incredible.
They are.
And the lives and they put their lives at risk every day, and I'm saying David White up in Glasgow, but I think all police officers, especially with all the protests, it isn't easy. And I really think that I think it should be given to not only David White, my father, but I mean I think police officers in general. So I'm not sure if I'm allowed to do this, but I think police officers in general. I'm gonna,
the NHS.
No, that's not allowed. I refuse. No, I'm joking. Okay, obviously that's fine.
Anyway, so with less than a minute ago, I'm going to try and wrap up really, really fast. I'm going to wrap like a rapper. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you're going to get him back on the channel to do that video in the future. But for now, see you later. Sorry about the upload schedule, people. See you in a bit. Peace out.
See ya.